Welcome, brothers and sisters, to today's Morning Heart Devotion. And to start, we'd like to offer greetings to our Heavenly Parent and True Parents. 천징 참포님께 경배! 바로! And to lead us into the family pledge, I'd like to invite up Reverend Milhan Stevens.
가정맹세 1. 천일국 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 번향 땅을 찾아 번연의 창조 이상인 지상 천국과 천상 천국을 창건할 것을 맹세하나이다. 2. 천일국 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 하늘 부모님과 참 부모님을 모시어 천주의 대표적 가정이 되며 중심적 가정이 되어 가정에서는 효자, 국가에서는 충신, 세계에서는 성인, 천주에서는 성자의 가정의 도리를 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 3. 천일국 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 4대 심정권과 3대 왕권과 황족권을 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 4. 천일국 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 하늘 부모님의 창조 이상인 천주대 가족을 형성하여 자유와 평화와 통일과 행복의 세계를 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 5. 천일국 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 매일 주체적 천상 세계와 대상적 지상 세계의 통일을 향해 전진적 발전을 촉진화할 것을 맹세하나이다. 6. 천일국 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 하늘 부모님과 참 부모님의 대신 가정으로서 천운을 움직이는 가정이 되어 하늘의 축복을 주변에 연결시키는 가정을 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 7. 천일국 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 본연의 혈통과 연결된 위하는 생활을 통하여 심정문화 세계를 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 8. 천일국 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 천일국 시대를 맞이하여 절대 신앙, 절대 사랑, 절대 복종으로 신인의 일체 이상을 이루어 지상 천국과 천상 천국의 해방권과 석방권을 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다.
Thank you, Reverend Milhan. And to open us up in prayer, I'd like to invite up Mrs. Charlotte Kiluba. So, Mrs. Kiluba, if you can please unmute yourself and offer a prayer at this time.
Join me in prayer. Good morning, Heavenly Father. Good morning, beloved true parents. Thank you very much for the new day. We're so grateful for this time, the precious time, Father. You are educating us. You are really trying to show us how you are suffering, and you want us, Father, to comfort your heart. We repent because many times, many years, fathers, you talk, you show us your position of suffering, but we didn't understand your heart. Today, with this time, precious time with True Mother, who sent us Dr. Yong, who's opening our eyes, who's opening our heart to understand your heart and to have compassion, to take our responsibility to, Father, to comfort it and wipe your tears. We are so grateful for this moment. And Father, we can't thank you enough because we know your heart and your desire to transform this world. because you want us to accomplish our responsibility, which is to establish the kingdom of God on earth. And we're so grateful for this time of women, how our true mother is taking, leading this world. And we want to thank you because you really understand and tell us the position of women this era. Thank you very much. We thank you again, Father, for everything we having as education through our beloved through mother by Dr. Yong education every morning. This course of 7 years, Father, we really thank you and promise to accomplish our responsibility to see how we can build our kingdom, the kingdom of heaven in our families, the society, and the world. Please, we want to promise to transform this nation, America, which you are really thinking and having hope at this time to give, Father, everything you can so this world can change through America. Thank you again, Father, and we want to really take this time and give our heart to receive again this morning the world through our beloved through Dr. Young, Father. We thank you for the energy, the good heart you're giving to Dr. Young, Father, to have this time every morning, every day, all the time to educate us. Thank you very much. And we offer this time and this moment in your hand, Father. Please, we want every one of us to give the time and attention to understand and listen to what you prepare for us today. We offer this moment and this humble prayer in my name, Charlotte. God bless Central Family. Jew. Amen.
아주 찰로테 칼루빈, thank you so much for your understanding God's providential timetable. Thank you. Also prosper, please prosper us. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Kiluba, for your beautiful prayer. And with that, brothers and sisters, let us go into breakouts to be able to share and recognize our gratitude points for today. And if you're joining here alone, please take this time to reflect. So let us go into our breakouts. Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I hope you had a wonderful time with your breakouts, sharing with each other your appreciation points. And to share with the whole community, I'd like to first invite up Mr. Johnson and Yukimi Okon to be able to share. So if you can please unmute yourself at this time.
Yeah. Yeah, good morning, dear brothers and sisters. Good morning, Dr.
Hey,
Yong.
good morning, Johnson.
Yes, sir, Dr. Young.
Yukimi-san.
Yeah, we were in the same breakout room with Yasu, together with brother, what's his name, Sandra, Miss Barabori. So we were sharing about, God, grace, and appreciation for giving us this time to be able to participate in God's providence, and also witnessing a new day like this. And Yasu was, giving his testimony how he was raised up by the Falabora family when he was a baby. They were babysitting him when his mother went to, to give to serve two parents in Hawaii, Alaska. And my wife was also sharing that yesterday she was a little bit of, tired. Then she kind of went to bed early, and this morning she woke up with full of energy to participate in this morning devotion. And I was sharing that I'm so grateful that Dr. Young is rekindled my heart and my spirit again. Because what happened 2012 when True Father went to Spirit World, there was so many chaos, in the Unification Church worldwide. But maybe God knows, and the situation in America and Canada, that's why he inspired True Mother to send Dr. Young here, and he rekindled again, just like what he's saying yesterday, what happened to Jesus' disciple, that they could not really understand Jesus because the fire in their heart was going out, and then they could not understand Jesus' heart. So the same thing like we are also experiencing now when True Father went to Spirit World, so many things was happening, and we start losing, allowing the fire in us to go out. And now the Young is rekindled that fire again in us, especially myself. And I'm so grateful for that, because I'm beginning to see that that fire is coming back into my heart and mind.
Wow, great, Johnson. Thank you. Yukimi-san.
Yes, good morning. Anyway, my husband explained already. Anyway, I can repeat again. Yes, anyway, this morning I can feel a lot of spiritual support and spiritual power from us and spirit from heavenly parent, from my husband, from all sisters and brothers.
Wow,
I'm
great.
so grateful, even though last night I'm so exhausted and I ran away to my bed, but this morning I can feel a lot of energy again. That's my appreciation. Thank you.
Thank you. You need to appreciate our Johnson sir to have a beautiful heart. Thank you. 감사합니다. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for sharing, Okon couple. And to share next, I'd like to invite up Ezra G. Karimi. So Ezra, if you can please unmute yourself and share. Ezra Karimi.
Oh,
yes.
sorry.
Ezra, please share. Ezra.
Let me unmute.
Oh, we can hear you. We can hear you.
Okay, yeah. I was sharing this morning with Reverend Milhan Stevens about the sorrowful heart of God that we are learning from Dr. Yong, how we cannot fathom this. We are every day learning how deep that sorrowful heart of God is. And we realize that the Heavenly Parent has put so much effort over the sorrowful heart and focus on our restoration over the Old Testament, New Testament, and now in completed testament with true parents. There has been so much investment of Heavenly Parents and true parents. And now we didn't wake up. We didn't do so much. We didn't catch up with true parents well enough. But now we feel the waking up call from Dr. Yong every day, morning devotion. And true parents came to America and said they are like the fireman and like the doctor to heal America. And that's when we feel now Dr. Yong is focusing on us, members in the morning devotion, like a fireman and the doctor, for us to wake up and heal ourselves and move to bring America up and raise ourselves to become filial sons and daughters that we have not become so far. So this is a great appreciation point that we feel hope now. We want to really this time to take more responsibility from the heart of filial piety.
All right.
Yes, and they really
Thank you.
make results.
Thank you so much, Ezra and Ezra Karimi. 감사합니다. Beautiful sharing. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. And now, brothers and sisters, let us open up our hearts and our minds to receive our internal guidance for this morning from our Continental Director, Dr. Chun-Shik Yong. So, good morning, Dr. Yong.
안녕하세요. Good morning, good morning, my dear brothers and sisters, clergy and ambassador for peace. 안녕하십니까? Yesterday we had a breakfast meeting with the members of Wisconsin, and it was a good photo. Even though not so many members, but I can feel their heart and their utmost sincerity. I really so much grateful to each one of our members. And then we drove to Cedar Falls, Iowa, and had a lunch meeting the members. And then our brother Alan, he really prepared very well, and it was a good photo. Yes, some of our senior brothers and sisters also participate, and also second generation. And also we had a farm tour. And yeah, thank you so much for your beautiful arrangement. Today, I'd like to talk about the most important teaching from our True Mother's memoir. I'd like to invite Heavenly Honey. Please read.
We are taught many things in the course of our lives. Our parents teach us even at meal times, and our teachers teach us most diligently. We learn about science, which explains the order and logic of things, and practical skills that help us escape poverty. Our elders teach us attitudes to adopt in the workplace. All these teachings are important and make us brighter and wiser. Knowledge and wisdom are precious, and we need to pursue them continuously. Nonetheless, of all teachings, what are the most important? The teachings of religion are the most important. In Korean, The word religion is Zhonggyo, which is made up of the Chinese characters Zhong meaning fundamental and Gyo meaning teaching. The doctrines of the religious founders, including Confucius, the Buddha, Jesus, and the Prophet Muhammad, have served as driving forces shaping civilizations and safeguarding the human conscience throughout the ages. Religion is necessary for the eradication of the world of sin and the creation of the ideal world desired by God and humanity. Accordingly, religion should be our lifelong companion. Selfishness has become commonplace in our world. We enjoy improvements in living standards based on technology. But with each passing day, we are increasingly isolated. We take little personal responsibility for our country, our society, and even our family. The rising divorce rate proves that husband and wives no longer take responsibility for each other. Parents do not care for their sons and daughters, and sons and daughters abandon their parents to pursue self-centered desires. Can you imagine the pain God feels seeing humanity, whom he created as his children, living this way? Our world houses many religions. What should those religions teach? Religion must first teach the truth about God. I do not mean simply that God exists. I mean teaching about our relationship with God. True religion teaches the nature of God, the reality of God's love, and how to live in that love.
Thank you, Heavenly Honey. Mother saying that what is the Creator's teaching? It is the teaching of the fundamental truths of the universe. Then what's the fundamental truths of the universe? The fundamental truths of the universe of that the relationship between God and human being is that of parents and child. Therefore, the higher the religion, the higher level of teaching about God, what kind of the being is God? What is God's heart? What is God's wish? What is God's situation? If God has a dream, what is that dream? How many religions talking about God's heart? How many religions talking about God's wishes? How many religions talking about God's sorrowful heart? According to teaching about what kind of the God, we can know that religion's qualities. If the existence of God is vaguely taught, it is a vague religion. In the future, only religions that teach God's dream, God's utmost wishes, and heart in detail will remain. The religions that distance themselves from God's dream, nothing dealing with God's dream, nothing dealing with God's sorrowful heart, nothing dealing with God's wishes, will gradually decline. In the end, the Creator's teaching must be a religion that introduced the heart of God, not just only heart of God, God's sorrowful heart. It must be a religion that liberates his sorrowful heart. Buddhism talking about God's sorrowful heart? Very far from God's sorrowful heart. And other religion, you are talking about each religion talking about, which religion talking about God's sorrowful heart? Even our Christianity, how often talk about God's sorrowful heart? How often we are talking about God's wishes? Very far, artistically. That is the problem. the present age should go beyond the level of introducing God's heart to individuals, families, and churches that show the living and working God. Now, not just only talking about God's sorrowful heart. At the same time, you need to show God is a living God within my individual, within my family, within my own community. That is the important point. You just only understand God is a sorrowful God. God has a vision. God has a dream. God has some kind of the wishes. However, we do not show God is a living God. God is always with me, within our family, within our society and tribe, within our community. Then does not make any sense. It's now the past age of believing in God and the past age of the looking up at God with hope. Now is the serving God 24/7. Therefore, as a parent in the family, we must show the living and working God. We need to show God is alive. As a parent, you need to show your children, wow, God is really alive in our family. And then children never run away. As a church leader, you need to show God is a living God in your churches. Then, no use young people, nobody run away. Why young people do not come to church? They cannot feel God. They cannot feel God is a living God. God is alive. They cannot feel. That is the problem. From now on, how can we show God through my life, in my working place, in my family, in my community? How can we show God is a living God? If God is just a conceptual God, and God is a really conceptually only external way, no one understands God is a living God. That's why what is the best way to guide our children? When I was young, I did not follow my mother to some direction. My mother giving warning. And then say, I really feel you do not listen to me, you will face some problems. Exactly something happened. Even though at that time she do not believe in God. She's spiritually very sensitive. That's why as a mother, as a father, you need to have the dignity. You need to have the dignity that when you say something to your children, that your children do not follow what you are saying, they need to have a little bit kind of the phenomena, spiritual phenomena, or a little bit kind of the accident or punishment. And then children are afraid that, wow, I do not listen my mother, do not listen my father, something happened. That is really teaching to our children, God is a living God. That as a mother, as a father, need to have dignity. Need to dignity. If I do not follow my father and mother's direction, something happened in my life. So, as a church leader, when you're dealing with your congregation do not follow you. Some even though you give advice, and then that members need to be something happen spiritually, something spiritual phenomena, something wrong. Then members start to realize, I need to obey to my able. I need to obey to my leader. This is very important in the family, in the community, in your relationship with your friends. This kind of a dignity, spiritual life, very, very powerful. So when I just joined church, then one of my classmates, persecuted me so much. Really, really persecuted me. I think he possessed by evil spirit. And he persecute and persecute, day and night persecute me. You know, I never use any violence. Then I cannot patient anymore. I bring him out after class. At the time I was, school captain, my class captain. Everybody loved me. I study very well. I have a good relationship with my teacher. And this guy is really opposed to me. And then after class, I putting him out, and I hit him. And then God told me, "You do not hit anymore." I just stopped hitting. Do you know what happened? Exactly 1 week later, he using the bicycle at night time. He got an accident. Truck hit him and died. Wow. I really cry a lot. And when I was army, and then my senior in the army persecuted me so much, and I cry. And then I cannot be patient anymore. And then I say something. And then just a few days later, he happened something. He went to the jail in army jail. That's why I told you who really persecuted me and speak ill of me, even from our member. And I know that person, something happened. Wow. That's why I realized that, wow, God is with me. Of course, not, every time. My brothers and sisters in the family need to show some kind of dignity, authority, some kind of holiness to my children. Then children really need to obey. Even members need to obey. Because as a father and mother, as a leader, keeping that kind of spiritual dignity is very important. To keep that kind of spiritual dignity, we need to have the relationship with God. As long as I respect God, as long as I really absolutely follow God, and then members see you, they can feel that some kind of spiritual dignity. There comes the smell of the spiritual dignity. Then you have authority. Very important. Why children do not follow? Even though father saying, mother saying like that, why do not follow? You don't have the spiritual dignity. That's why I always reflect on myself. I don't have that much dignity. That's why no choice. Need to wake up early morning, kneel down, and need to pray. My brothers and sisters, we must show God is alive. In our family, in our working place. Okay, continue.
I do everything I possibly can to convey God's truth, traveling hundreds and thousands of miles, crisscrossing the 5 oceans and 6 continents. Wherever I go, I meet righteous people prepared by God. No matter how difficult the circumstances, God searches for righteous people. In the Bible, Sodom and Gomorrah were cities of lewdness and immorality. God said he would not destroy them if 50 righteous people could be found in them. Abraham negotiated the number down to 10. In the end, he could not find even one, and the flames of a volcanic eruption consumed those cities. That is why I tell our church members to look for righteous people prepared by heaven. In every place I visit throughout the world, I find that God has prepared righteous people. From among all races and nationalities, I find righteous people waiting for me.
Thank you. True Mother said, wherever I go, I meet righteous people prepared by God. She also said, no matter how difficult the circumstances, God searches for righteous people. That's why I tell our church members to look for righteous people prepared by heaven. In every place I visit throughout the world, I find that God has prepared the righteous people from among all races and nationalities. I find righteous people waiting for me. Mother saying like that. My dear brothers and sisters, to restore the area I am responsible for, and then in order to find the righteous people, what should I do? Secular world terminology, we say righteous people, but in terms of our terminology, we can say that John the Baptist, prepared by God. How can I find John the Baptist? God already prepared John the Baptist for me. That's why when I find a right John the Baptist, his foundation become my foundation. He can testify me. He can testify me who I am. I came from true parents' background. That's why key in order to break through something in your area, in your community, in your province, in your state, in your city, very important thing is how to find righteous people. How to find the John the Baptist. That is the key. That's why you need to know through parent strategy. What's the best way to find John the Baptist? So let me testify about my experience when I become the national leader, missionaries, and then continental director, and go here and there. I know how to find the John the Baptist. First of all, we need to thoroughly follow our true parents' strategy, and true parents was that about his footstep. That's why every time I'm talking to you, we need to have the same parental heart, like God, like true parents of the total salvation. So I came to this community, I come to this state, I come to this nation with on behalf of true parents. You need to have the parental heart, like God, like true parents. Parental heart means what? Parental heart have the total salvation, embracing everybody. You are children of God. This kind of the strong concept and convincing about the total salvation. I don't want to miss anyone because they are children of God. Not leaving behind even one person. We need to have, first of all, in order to start my mission, you need to have the same kind of concept about the God's salvation, total salvation. Secondly, create, I need to follow the true parents' footsteps. That's what I am doing. I go to 50 states and visiting holy ground. Create holy ground while visiting the major area I am responsible for, even responsible for your area. Creating holy ground, very important. This is the first step. Creating holy ground means like a symbolic offering, a restoration of environment. And then based on that foundation, and then Father sending the missionary in 1975. That's why after, creating, you go to holy ground and pray, and then creating, and then laying that foundation. And then next step is what? Next step is to meet the John the Baptist, righteous person prepared by heaven in that area. Means you need to meet high level of ACLC ministers, Christian ministers, and then Christian leaders are representative of our heart and mind. And then the political leaders, representative our body. That's why you need to meet top political leaders without missing, like a parliament member or the governor, and then internally, you need to mega church leaders, the high level. And then God tell you, if you meet the political level, political leaders and religious leaders, and God tell you that who is the one who prepared by God. Your mission cannot start from bottom of the bottom. And Jesus came, and then he need to meet John the Baptist. John the Baptist, he's the one who need to testify. If John the Baptist do not accept the Lord Jesus, and he need to start from the bottom. But without meeting the John the Baptist, you start the individual witnessing and go to the grassroots. That is not proper way. Therefore, to find the John the Baptist, even conditionally, you need to meet political leaders, NGO leaders, and then religious leaders. That's why when I visiting Holy Ground, and then my next step is I meet most of the head of the state in Oceania, in Asia. I meet most of them. Current prime minister, current president. And then when I deliver, who I am, if they accept, then okay. If we do not accept, and God prepare another one. And then I bring them, some of them bring them who is more closer to God's heart, more able type, bring to the seminar and continuously investing for seminar, every month without stopping. Then we know who is the John the Baptist. There is definitely a person prepared by heaven to find them, meet every single politician and religious leader who prepared that area. We need to have that kind of the searching heart. Searching heart. God, who is the prepared one in this area? Tell me, Heavenly Father. You need to have the seeking heart, searching heart, and then continuously knock and knock and knock until your feet is bleeding. Until your feet is bleeding. Knock and walk and searching for. That kind of desperation. That kind of that kind of wish and desire. And that is important. And then if you find John the Baptist, and then teaching divine principle, bring them to our seminar, and then continuously follow up. And the next one is, what is your strategy? You need to have a Jericho walk strategy. Jericho walk. Through Father, how often he do 50 state tour, and then entire the world tour, continuously on and on. That's why my style. I always using the Jericho walk strategy until the wall fall down. After 50 state tour, and then second round, third round, 4, 5, 6, 7, until my mission is here, until the wall fall down. Go around 7 or 8 times until the wall of Satan in that area collapse. That's why, my brothers and sisters, we need to follow Father's footsteps. Then God definitely will show who is a prepared one. Today's Father's word, man was born for woman and woman for man. Please read.
Man was born for woman and woman for man. Man was born for woman and woman for man. This is why the reproductive organ of the man is not his own, and that of the woman is not her own. God, being very wise, exchanged their ownership. In the Unification Church, the greatest sin for which it is most difficult to be forgiven is to be unfaithful to one's spouse. When you talk about the right side, you are implying that the left side exists. When you talk about above, you are implying that below exists. Therefore, when you talk about a woman, you are implying that a man exists. No man was born for himself. What the convex needs is the concave part. Thus, men are not the owners of their convex part.
Thank you. Anyway, I think same kind of really speech father repeat and again. A man's purpose in life is to meet a woman. And a woman's purpose in life is to meet a man. You can never perfect love as an individual, as you know. A man alone and a woman alone can never perfect it themselves. Individuals can go up to the top of the growth stage. That is a maximum. But the completion stage cannot be complete without pair system. So only completion state begins from pair system, not alone. So then where do man and woman become one? When you entering the completion stage, how man and woman become one? It is sexual organs. For a man and woman to enter the kingdom of heaven, a man must pass through female sexual organ. And a woman must pass through male sexual organ. Wow. That's why the man and woman's sexual organ is the entrance to the gate of the kingdom of heaven. Very powerful guidance. Very powerful. How to enter the kingdom of man need to go through woman's sexual organ. Woman, how to enter the kingdom of heaven? You need to go through woman's sexual organ. Woman need to go through man's sexual organ. This is the gate. Gate, I'm talking centering on true love. Very important. That's why without marriage, without substantial sexual relationship centering on true love, what are you talking about the kingdom of heaven? The gate of the kingdom of heaven begins from sexual relationship between husband and wife. What's the fault? Misuse that kind of sexual organ. Parents' love, siblings' love, and children's love all begins from pair system. Begins from conjugal love. You need to know about this one. Even how to remove original sin, collective sin, individual, all need to begins from couple. Many people say, oh, how can I remove my individual sin, pray and pray? No, nothing deal with it. Even your individual sin actually come from where? Come from couple. That's why collective sin, original sin, everything you can remove from the couple position. This is really amazing. This is because the couple grow up to become parents, children are born through the love of the couple and through the love of siblings, they grow up. Everything starts from the pair system. That's why kingdom of heaven is what? Pair system. Do not persecute me, my brothers and sisters, without your spouse, without marriage, for you, never settle down in spiritual world. Those who do not marry and went to the spiritual world as a single, I am telling you, always hanging around. Never settle down even one place. This is incredible resentment as a human being in spiritual world because you don't have the proper fixed system. You don't have a proper system to enter kingdom of heaven. Kingdom of heaven needs what is that? Pair system. Without pair, without husband, without wife, nothing to do with the kingdom of heaven. Many religions do not know this one. Many religions, based on pair system. Your husband live with you forever. Your wife should live with you forever, centering on pair system. Okay, read.
The reproductive organ is extremely sacred. The reproductive organ is extremely sacred. The life and love of God connect to it. It is the source of love, where eternal love is revealed and perpetuated. It is the source, and without going through it, a man and a woman cannot approach the love of God. That spot is the source of love, the source of life, and the source of the bloodline. When love moves, life pulsates and the blood stirs. This happens when the love of the mother and the love of the father are brought together, fully exchanged and intermingled, thus forming a perfect sphere.
Thank you. The man and woman's reproductive organ is the source of God's true love, true life, and true lineage. Today's youth ministry, the difference between a person with faith and a person with fire. Relate to yesterday youth ministry topic. I think I'd like to remind you again, remind myself again. The difference between a person with faith and person with fire. Those who have a faith know that God is with us by seeing mighty works and miracles. They don't distrust God. They resolve that they will follow the command. Peter believed that he would live as Jesus said. Peter's faith was such that he was willing to die for the Lord, but when look at the fact that he ran away when that moment came, we can know that he had no fire in his heart. This is different. You just only have a faith. However, you don't have a fire. When face some serious situation like a life and death, even persecution, and then your fire is gone. And then what's that? Run away from that difficult situation. Then what was Jesus like? Jesus is different from a fallen human being. From birth, Jesus has the essence of a heart that could worry about the whole. He was on fire day and night for the God's will. He held the driving force of fire. Therefore, it was different from someone who just followed Jesus without fire. However, no matter how good any descendants, ancestors are, it is possible not to catch fire if they are overly concerned and worried about reality. Their fire can go out. Just only focus, just only worry what to eat, what to wear, what to drink, how to survive, how to make money, how about my family situation. You just only possessed by your own situation. Just only focus on, what to eat, what to wear, what to drink. How about my study? What is my future, my own future? Just worry and worry and worry. Even though you believe in God, even though you believe in true parents, you need to, you already know about what Father is talking about. But you worry your own reality more than God's will. Then no fire. You cannot get out from your home. You cannot involve public mission. Even after giving birth to Jesus, for example, Mary had a lot of concern and worry about the environment, had a lot of pride. Whenever Jesus was working for God's will, Mary often thought about external dignity and blocked his God's will. Mary once was on fire, but the fire did not last and went out without overcoming the surrounding environment. Look at that. Jesus' mother, Mary, was full of worries. Even when they went to the wedding at Cana, she worried, they have no more wine. Jesus, my son, no more wine, no more wine, no more wine. What shall I do? Then Jesus refuted Mary. Woman! Hey, lady! Why does it concern us? Call her mother. We can see that Mary worried a lot about reality. But she did not worry centering on God. She never worried about Jesus' marriage. You know? She did not worry centered on God. Jesus' worries and Mary's worries are all essentially different. When we worry too much our own reality, and you forget God's wishes. You forget God's sorrowful heart. When we say we believe, yet we end up having faith that have nothing to do with God. Peter also had such a faith that he was prepared to die for Jesus. But when Jesus was facing the ordeal of the cross, pray for the last time in the Garden of the Gethsemane, Peter could not pray all night with sorrow like Jesus. He dozed off. We can see that Peter's heart could not catch on fire with the Lord. My dear brothers and sisters, the Bible says, everyone may think you are alive, but you are dead. Wake up. You must only a little strength left, and it is almost gone. So try to become stronger. Bible said, as a believer, I have the name of the believing in God. I have the name of the believing in true parents. I'm the name of the believing unification church. But in reality, there is no fire in me. Always worry and worry. Oh, if I visit a Christian church, I do not know divine principle. I do not know how to deliver the message. I don't have confidence. Oh my God. You know, worry and worry and worry and worry and worry. Did not stand up. Did not get out. Do not take action. And worry and worry and worry and worry. Centering on my own concept. Centering on my own worry. As a believer, you have the name of the believing God and true parents, but in reality, there is no fire in me. This is the problem. Without fire, reproduction would never take place. If the wood is wet, it will not catch fire. If you worry too much about the reality and your situation, the fire will not catch on. My brothers and sisters, in the beginning, we are so inspired. We got a fire. We believe in true parents and give up everything and follow true parents. But on the way, no more fire. And then start to worry the reality. Start to worry too much what to eat, what to wear, what to drink. And then no more confidence to get out or scared of the persecution. Do not know how to convey the God's message. And then we really worry and then become the wood is wet, completely wet. So you are completely wet wood. You know, to make it fire. Wow, a lot of smoke. You know, to burn it out. You know, to burn it out. A lot of smoke. And then tears come out. So much complaint, this and that. You look at this, you look at that. You know, you can see, H1 issue, H2 issue. Our church is very confusion and chaos. All kind of reason. You cannot get strength. You cannot get the fire. Too much you give and take with your reality. Then finally what? You lose your fire. This is the problem. Therefore, my brothers and sisters, the important thing is how to have God's heart. God's heart is not just only resentment. When we are talking about heart, there is a really incredible passion and strong desire to recover, to reach to accomplish the goal. We say the heart, not just only resentful feeling. Of course, we have the unfulfillment feeling, plus have the desire to resolve that issue. We Korean people say that is han. You don't have God's heart. You don't have God's sorrowful heart. You don't have the burning fire. How to resolve God's heart and God's sorrow, God's suffering. You don't have the burning fire. I don't have that kind of burning fire. Strong passion. A burning fire is like oil in the engine of a car. You can move forward as long as you have oil. If you put God's sorrowful heart, His harm and desires, wishes, first, you can always keeping a burning fire. We must always reflect on whether I am just a believer or a person who has a fire. If the leader does not have fire, the church will never develop. Never ever develop. Of course, you believe in God, believe in true parents, follow the tradition, attending Sunday service, giving tithing, but you're just only believer. You're only just a believer. However, you don't have the passion. You don't have the burning desire. You don't have the burning fire. My brothers and sisters, we have everything. We have God, we have true parents, we have a divine principle, we receive the blessing, we have everything. Only one thing lacking. What is that? I don't have the burning heart. Do you think when you see Dr. Yong, he has the burning desire or no? As a leader, one of the most important qualifications, number one, do you have a vision or not? Do you have a God's vision or not? Secondly, as a leader's quality, second important thing, do you have a passion? Do you have a passion, burning desire, burning heart, burning fire? As the leader, don't have the burning fire and desire. Bible said, you are spiritually already dead, even though your name is being alive. Third point is what? Even though once you have the passion, burning fire, easily come down. That is the problem. And then third is what the leadership quality? Endurance. Endurance. Be patient. Continuously invest. Never ever giving up. Continuously go forward. Endurance. Three elements, very important as the leader. So in order to appoint someone as a leader, how can check that person can be a leader or not? Number one, he has a vision or not. Secondly, he has a burning desire, which is a passion or not. Number third, he had a lot of endurance. Any situation can overcome without giving up, can go on continuously. You don't have three elements, you cannot become the leader. You cannot. That church never develop, never increase even one member. Just only maintain, okay, just happy with you and take care of them. Just show them my expression of my appreciation and love. Just take care and embrace. But your church never develop. Why? No fire. No burning desire. The reason why the church does not develop, It's not because of a lack of faith in God and true parents. It's not because you don't have the principle and the word. The most important is that there is no fire in my heart. Those who have fire and always righteous in heart, there are always many tears for God and true parents and mankind. The passion to always fulfill the wishes of God and true parents is burning in my heart. My dear brothers and sisters, to have the burning heart and burning desire and passion, most important thing, you need to know God's heart and God's hand, God's wishes, and possessed by Holy Spirit, like Saint Paul. Wow, I love Saint Paul. And expand, Christian movement, gospel news everywhere until he died. I want to be like Saint Paul in this kind of the complete testimony era. Saint Paul, I love him. He has a passion. He has the vision. Our movement, we need this one. We have God, we have true parents, we have divine principle, we have everything. We receive the blessing. Only one thing lacking. We don't have the burning desire. Without burning desire, cannot fire. Fire only can multiply fire. My dear brothers and sisters, next 7 years course, let's have a fire. And this nation really can burn everywhere. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Yong, for this incredible message this morning. And definitely through Morning Heart Devotion, we are inheriting your fiery passion. So thank you so much for always investing in us every single day. And with that, brothers and sisters, let us go into our breakouts to be able to share our insights and takeaways from this morning. And if you're joining here alone, please take this time to reflect deeply. So let us go into our breakouts. sisters. I hope you had a wonderful time sharing with each other your takeaways and insights from Dr. Yong's message this morning. And to share with everyone, I'd like to first invite up Reverend Mark and Miss Yuri Hernandez. So please unmute yourself at this time.
Wow. Good morning. Good morning, Dr. Yong. Good morning, everyone. Didn't expect to be...
Mark, dear Mark and Yuri-chan.
Yep.
안녕하세요.
안녕하세요. Brothers and sisters, so my takeaway today is, it's really, for me, it's burning passion, burning desire, and taking my fire to a new level. Yeah. Today's a great day. Today in Texas, it's National Night Out, and it's a day that I invest in my neighborhood a lot. Of course, in the days preceding it, I do too. I know in the rest of the country, National Night Out is usually the first Tuesday in August. But I really want to encourage everyone to use that day to get out and meet your neighbors. And it really lifts you as the leader of your neighborhood, because you're taking the initiative to get all the neighbors out into a big block party and get them to know each other and create a sense of community. You're able to create an email list, a phone list, and whenever there's anything important that needs to go out to the neighbors, they look to you as that person. And of course, that lays the path for you to share with them the blessing. So I just want to encourage everyone to do that work. We were talking with the Felberbauers, who used to live here in Texas, and it was just really great to be with them. It's another couple. You see them always on fire in their windows, in their videos. And they were sharing how much they love Texas. And in Texas, we'll jump in a car and drive across the state and think it's nothing, because distance is in your mind. It's all in your mind. So if you think it's far away, it's far away. If you think it's close, it's close. And I'm really always thinking about how to do a Jericho walk around Texas. Texas is like so huge. It's, from the top to the bottom, it's more than 10 hours. And from east to west, it's more than 10 hours.
So your Jericho walk is in Texas means not just only according to the kind of the distance or kilo or mile. They need to go to about your area, which church is the biggest church, mega church in each county. And you need to visit one time, each county area, that area, administration area. And then one time around, 2 times, they say that Jericho, not physically just only walk,
Great.
Of course, sometimes we have that time strategy, but you need to visiting the mega church, big church everywhere, each centering on each area.
Thank you. Thank you for that encouragement. Thank you.
Yuri-chan.
Hi. Good morning, Dr. Yong and brothers and sisters. Thank you so much. It's for me always struggling how I can really God's spirit I can show. Heavenly Parent is me. Heavenly Parent spirit is me.
Wow.
Special for my family, for my children. It's really challenging. Without say anything, they can feel something. God's really with me. So
great.
Really, thank you so much.
Yeah, struggle means God tell us that I am wet wood. To get out, need to struggle, need to get out from the wet wood. If you are wet wood, you can know that a lot of smoke. A lot of smoke means struggling, complain, this and that, all this negative way. But in good way, positive way, struggling is really how to reach the burning desire, and really become more active. Thank you so much, our Yuri-san and Mark, your sharing. Thank you so much, Hernandez. Hernandez.
Thank you to the Hernandez couple for wonderful sharing. And next, I'd like to call on Mrs. Mary Stoner Mrs. Mary Stoner, if you can please unmute yourself and share at this time.
Thank you. Thank you. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh,
we can hear you.
Mary, wow, good.
I thought about Father and how Father always kept us moving. And I remember I would get upset. Why, when we were on the IOWC and he would say, okay, you're only here 21 days or you're only here 40 days. Then we couldn't really, I felt, we couldn't really build anything. But Father kept us moving. So I tell people after, God and Christ, I really believe in traveling because when you travel, you mix it up and you keep going. And then you have a new idea and you see yourself in different capacity, like you have a different audience. So that through that audience, you can come to know more of your identity, especially as a young person.
Yeah.
As a young person. So as I mentioned, always, I try to keep young, right? I try to keep moving. But Dr. Yong, in America, one of our sicknesses is people become hoarders. Have you heard about that? Where you're just taking care of the material things. And it's kind of a very deep illness where you get insecure and then you focus too much on things. So we're very interested in hoarders, like how
Thank you.
But thank you.
So your family name is Stoner or Stronger? Stoner or Stronger?
No, it's Stoner.
I
so
think
even God could raise up a stone.
I thought your name is Stronger and day by day stronger with the passion.
Thank you
so much, Mary Stronger.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Yong.
Thank you so much, Miss Mary, for sharing. It was such a wonderful sharing and full of energy. She's on fire. So yeah, thank you, brothers and sisters, for really sharing your heart with each other. And of course, let us not forget to be able to share even across outside of Morning Heart Devotion, so we can have more brothers and sisters join and really catch the fire and passion that Dr. Yong is sharing with us each and every single day. And if you can turn your attention towards the chat, we like to put up the donation page so that you can make an offering and out of gratitude for all the love that true parents, through their words, and Dr. Yong is investing in sharing with each and every one of us. So please feel free to donate today. And for those who are joining us by YouTube and Facebook, you can see at the bottom of your screen. And for our musical offering today, we will be watching a video recording of Mr. Samuel Suya. So let us enjoy his video.
All right. Hi, good morning, brothers and sisters, family members. Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to meet you, all of you, this morning. Wow. Thank you so much, Tal, for inviting me again to the morning devotion. And thank you, Dr. Yong. This morning I'm going to share with you and the song called We Are Family. I hope you like it. Thank you. Standing here together, how people love us one. In my eyes can finally see, yeah. In my chance it is that bond that we say, and we were a great big family. Yeah, as we remember the ones who go before us, take a place in history. Let us unite together, unite for destiny. on the rainfall, raising high and touch the sky. We are one big family. Da, 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 da. Ooh, yeah. Join our hands together. Though we are many, we are one. We were great big family. Yeah, yeah. For our generation, they were meant to be one great big family. Yeah. As we remember the ones who go before us, take a place in history. Let us unite together, unite for destiny. Oh, we are great, we are strong, we are the mountains standing tall, raising high, touch the sky. We are, yeah, raise our flag, it's who we are. All of our state on the rainfall, raising high, touch the sky. We are one big family. Da, 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 da. Ooh, yeah, yeah. So many reasons to remain. They were raised and they were down, but we will stand together, unite as family. We are great, we are strong, we are the mountains standing tall, raising high, touch the sky. We are, yeah, raise our flag, it's who we are. All of us stayed on the rainfall, raising high, touch the sky. We are one big family. Oh yeah, we are great, we are strong, we are the mountains standing tall, raising high, touch the sky. We are, raise our flag, it's who we are. All of our state on the rainfall, raising high, touch the sky. We are one big family. Oh yeah, one big family. Da 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 da. Yeah, one big family. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, our Sammy. You got an incredible talent given by God. We are one family. We are one family on the Wi-Fi. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sammy, for really moving our hearts with your beautiful music. And brothers and sisters, as we like to close out this incredible morning heart devotion experience in prayer, I'd like to invite up Mrs. Nora Waldman to offer the closing prayer.
Hello, everybody. Okay. Dear Heavenly Parents, thank you so much for everything that we have received, the song and the message from Dr. Yong. God, we really want to receive it and live day by day with you, God, to really heal your heart, to look at each other when we go outside, to really see everybody as your children, as brothers and sisters, and really share your message. God, we are so, I really want to say sorry for maybe not understanding it, everything. And it is so easy to be caught up with our own problems, but then we will get confused because we are just focusing on our own issues. Heavenly Father, Heavenly Mother, I'm so grateful for all the blessings that you gave me. Thank you, Heavenly Parents. I pray this in my name, Nora Weidmann, daughter of a Center Blessed family. Amen. Adieu.
Thank you, Nora. Such a very, very powerful prayer. Our second gen, our third gen. Thank you, Nora.
Thank you so much, Nora-san, for offering your prayer. And with that, brothers and sisters, thank you for joining today's Morning Heart Devotion and really making this experience wonderful. Also, thank you to Dr. Yong for really sharing your heart today. I hope that you'll have a beautiful and victorious day. God bless you and see you tomorrow.
Have a nice day.
Bye-bye.
Bye,
Thank
dear
you.
brothers and
Thank you,
sisters.
Dr. Young.